Hello there. Okay, a little while ago I did a video with some fabric paints and I compared the Arteza to the Castle Arts, and I was nice and surprised by the results. The Castle Arts came out very well. I really liked them, and they are 3D, but in the video I used them as 2D, just so I could compare to the Arteza, as the Arteza are 2D. And then I came across these and I wanted to compare the 3D effect of the Castle Arts, and when I came across these, in the images they looked very similar, and I thought these look virtually identical to these. So then it got me thinking, are they made by the same company? Are they the same paints? These are 22 to 23 pounds on Amazon. These are 15. So if these are the same as these, then it gives you the same product for cheaper. It may be that they are cheaper in quality, but I was really intrigued and thought I would definitely have a look. Now I've been meaning to do this video for a couple of weeks. So when these came, I thought, fab. And then I had a question from somebody on YouTube called Now Then AD, and this person was asking me about the 2D, sorry, my washing machine in the background, about the consistency and the 2D versus 3D effects of these. So I thought I'd go ahead and, as I've been meaning to do this video for a few days, get this video done and let's compare these to these, and we'll have a look to see whether they are in fact the same. So as we open up these, if you've seen the other video, I love the colours. The colours are fabulous. It comes with 3 brushes, which is really handy, and they're not really naff brushes either. This one's a little soft, but they're not awful brushes. Sometimes in these kits you get really rubbish brushes, but these are quite nice, and the colours are lovely. Then when we open this box, yes, you see, now in this one you get a little, let's look, get a little extra, which is quite a nice touch actually. It's something, it's a practice piece you can go straight on and practice, so it's quite nice to have that if you're nervous about doing straight onto your piece of clothing or your piece of fabric. But when you look, they are very similar. You get the same 3 brushes, see, with a different name on. So we're going to have a go and we're going to see the consistency, and then we're also going to we'll try them first as 2D, and then we will go on to 3D and see actually how they hold the shape and whether they're actually 3D or not. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so I've got my 2 little cactuses, or cacti, that I'm going to be painting, and I've had a closer look at the bottles and they feel exactly the same. They look exactly the same. The greens are virtually identical, the lids, everything. So we're going to use fluorescent green, they're both called fluorescent green, and we're going to use, what's this one called? This one's called Portrait Tone. They're both got the same names. So we're going to have a look. Mauve, deep mauve, I've got black, I've got pink. Now these pinks are very slightly different. This one, oh, excuse me, this one, they're both called rose, but this one is slightly more vibrant. And then we've got white. So those are the colours that I've picked to work with. Stay with me and we'll have a look how they perform. Okay, so I've done my little cactus or cacti, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, and again, I'm quite surprised. The colours are virtually identical, slight shade difference with the pinks. I did 2 coats and there is hardly any difference between them. The only difference I can say is that I think the Crafts for All, which it is the cheaper of the two, is actually slightly thicker than the Castle Arts, which is mind-boggling. You would think that the cheaper one would be thinner, would need more coats and, you know, a bit more transparent, not as blendable, but it's not at all. The only thing that was slightly, because it's slightly thicker, when I came to do the outline, and normally I'd use a pen or something, but for the purpose of the video I used the black to outline. But because it was slightly thicker, it was harder to water down for the outline and therefore came out a little bit gloopier. But I say normally I would outline in a fabric marker anyway. So I'm absolutely astounded. These are virtually identical. At the moment on Amazon, when I looked, the Crafts for All were £15 for the 24 set, which is an absolute steal, and the Castle Arts were nearly 23, I think, 22 something for the 24. The only thing left to do is I want to test because this is just 2D, I want to test the 3D and actually see if the 3D is what it says, 3D, or whether it just flattens and is virtually 2D anyway. So let's have a look. We'll do a couple of lines, and I just want to see whether they are right. Let's have a look. So squeeze, come on. Okay. Obviously it comes out 3D, but does it hold its shape? Does it start to drop? Does it actually hold its shape? Will it stay like that when it's dried? Will it stay like that when we've ironed it? More to the point. So it's not ultra fine, it's fine, but it's not ultra fine. So I wouldn't outline in it, but it's certainly, if you were going to do, so that's the colours, and then we'll do black. Oh, see, that's, the black is, come out in a big clump, but the black is slightly thinner, I'd say. Let's have a look at you. Yeah, you can see it's ever so slightly thicker because it comes out slightly slower, which gives me an indication that it is thicker. Yeah, and I'm having to sort of really squeeze to get that on. But I can't believe that this one, I really thought this one was going to be thinner. I thought it was going to be thinner and I was going to need to do like 3-4 coats. With the black, I noticed a big difference in the thickness of the black when I was outlining. Yeah. I really like these Crafts for All. I really like them. Crazy. Right. I didn't do the white. I am absolutely amazed. Oh no, this white one's not coming out. Have I got you? Okay. Might be that this nozzle is blocked. That's okay. We've done the others. So yeah, I'm going to leave these to dry now. Then I'm going to iron on. I'm going to look at the instructions at the back of the box. I'm going to iron them, and then we'll see how the 3D, whether it stays 3D. But these lines are definitely finer. It's definitely thicker. This is a little bit more. It's a little bit runny. As you can see, the lines are slightly thicker. So it depends. Some people like this thick. I like my paint slightly thicker. It gives me more. I can wash them down. I can thicken them up. I can use them sort of, you know, thick, and it gives me a better coverage. But saying that, when I watered down the black with this one, it was still a little bit clumpy. But if you're not intending to use it as a liner, then that wouldn't make any difference anyway. Right, let's see how these dry, and we'll come back and look. Hello, okay, we're back. So, I let it dry, I ironed it, and on the reverse to set it, and then I washed it. And these feel still bumpy, they feel 3D. These are finer than those. They didn't squash down. Perhaps they flattened a little teeny bit. That was only, I think, you know, I think that's inevitable when they dry a little bit, but it's still, okay, you can see 3D. So all in all, I'm quite torn really. I'm very impressed. I love the castle. I love that this is the Castle Arts, this is the Crafts for All. I think these are slightly thicker. The only thing I would say is the black, when I watered it down, bled a little bit. So watering them down, I'm not 100% sure whether that is a crazy great idea. But definitely the Crafts for All are just, from what I can tell, obviously you know, I haven't washed and worn it for weeks, you know, that kind of thing. So over time, I'm not quite sure. But as comparison as they go, the Crafts for All are just as good, if not slightly better, with the opacity than the Castle Arts, which I'm very, very surprised about. I thought that the Crafts for All would be cheaper quality. I thought it would be more transparent. I thought it would be waterier. I thought I wouldn't like it as much, that the colours wouldn't be as vibrant as they looked in the bottles, and I was wrong. They are absolutely just as good, if not slightly better, than the Castle Arts. So yeah, I'm very surprised. But the one question I do get, and I have wondered myself, is how do they perform any fabric paint, or, you know, all different types of fabric paints, on black fabric? So I am going to do a black picture painting, and we'll see if they come up anywhere near as nice colours on the black background. Okay, so I've done one layer of the paints on a black piece of pure cotton, and I've done the Castle Arts on this side, and I've done the Crafts for All on this side, and you can see a very clear difference. The Crafts for All is definitely more opaque and gives better coverage. It's much more apparent. See where it changes? It's much more apparent on the black. So I'm going to do another coat so that we can give it, you know, get a nice overall picture, and then we'll be back. Okay, so I've done 3 coats of my on my rainbow. You can definitely see that the Crafts for All are thicker, more opaque than the Castle Arts. They are both lovely to use, they are both smooth, they are both give a lovely, they've both got a lovely feeling when you're painting with them, they're really nice. But the Crafts for All slightly pip the castle as they are slightly more opaque. I am convinced they're made by the same company. They're so similar. The bottles are exactly the same, the plastic, it feels exactly the same. Everything is the same apart from the Crafts for All are slightly thicker. So yeah, I definitely would go for, out of the 2, would definitely go for the Crafts for All. They are less expensive. They were, at the moment when I looked, they were £15 for the set. The Castle Arts were 22 something, nearly 23. So I can't believe the you know, the outcome really, how similar they are. But then I think we find this with lots of projects, art projects. They are made by one central company that distribute, and they put their own labels on. So yeah, I've really enjoyed this and been slightly surprised. So I'm going to carry on and finish my rainbow, and I'm definitely going to use these for another project, and we'll see how we go. Thank you ever so much for watching. I really do appreciate you. Take care. Bye for now.